Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. The prospect of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fighting 4 times on the trot, that really does nothing for me. It leaves me cold. I just don't know if I want to see even a third fight. I just don't know yet. But seeing 4 fights in a row over a period of about 18 months, yeah, that just could be a bit too much for me. And where this is coming from, there's been a number of articles that have sort of popped up online. Here's one from The Sun, running wild that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder could fight each other 4 times in the next 18 months. I think they're already counting the first one, leaving Anthony Joshua in the cold until 2021. There's another article here. This is from worldboxingnews.net. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury saga could last until 2020, span 4 fights. So the rationale behind this, and remember Deontay Wilder has sort of said he might have enough opponents to sort of freeze Anthony Joshua out for 2 years, but I think many took from that wasn't just necessarily Tyson Fury. But these stories, the worldboxingnews.net and the Sun article, effectively saying the same thing, that Fury taking Wilder's WBC strap, this is in the rematch, would lead to a home defense of the title against Wilder. Should Wilder gain revenge, the score would be 1-1-1 between the pair. So that would be the draw, a Tyson Fury win, and a Deontay Wilder win. Furthermore, a 4th fight would then be needed in 2020. Okay, so that's the sort of thinking, the rationale behind there could be 4 fights in a row between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. My initial thoughts on that is, I don't like it. 4 fights in a row. We just really don't know how this is going to pan out, but just off the top of my head, 4 fights in a row, I'm just not sure that, I'd be into it. The rematch, yeah, I'm up for that. There was a lot of intrigue and drama with the first fight. Tyson Fury came better than advertised. Deontay Wilder dropped him twice in that, and then the controversial scoring and the result being a draw. I want to see the rematch. I want to see that run back. I want to see what happens in the second fight. But I don't even know if I want to see a third fight yet, let alone a 4th fight. A third fight, for me, would depend on, how does the second fight go. But I think realistically, if Tyson Fury, who probably will be better in the rematch, if he does beat Deontay Wilder, that almost guarantees a trilogy. And I'm sort of half expecting that already, because I think just the way that things have been going, there was always going to be a rematch of some sort, win or lose. Not sure what that was. That just went by, some sort of emergency vehicle, but it doesn't sound like the normal fire truck or cop car or that sort of thing, so who knows what that was. Anyway, so a second fight for me, how that pans out really dictates whether there is a trilogy fight, because if one of them gets brutally knocked out, I'm not sure we will want to see that trilogy fight. And I'm sure Deontay Wilder, if he loses in the rematch, he will automatically take a third fight just because he will want his belt back. But coming to a 4th fight, yeah, I just don't know that I'd be interested in seeing that. And if you actually look at the boxing landscape in general from the last, 15, 20 years, 4 fights is very rare. A rivalry going 4 fights, let alone 4 fights on the trot. I mean, Pacquiao and Marquez, they fought 4 times, but that was over a number of years. I think the first fight was in 2004, and the last fight, the 4th fight, in which Pacquiao got brutally laid out, that was in 2012. So that spanned 8 years. Whereas this, they're talking about 4 fights in a row. I just kind of think that might be a bit much. There might be a bit too much oversaturation. We may see the rematch, and that may be enough for most fans to go, yeah, we've been there, done that, got the postcard. One of them got a definitive result, and they've now got the strap. We don't need to see it again. It might be one of these situations where the trilogy happens and people aren't so jazzed about it. The result, the event does okay, but after that, it's kind of all she wrote and we don't need to see it again. But 4 fights, the prospect of that, yeah, I don't know about that. How about you? What do you make of that? Would you like to see 4 consecutive fights from Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? I mean, I could see 4 fights between these guys, but maybe if you stretched it over a few years and you had a few other opponents in between times, especially if, one of them ended up becoming undisputed, gave the other guy another shot, or who knows, something like that. Some other sort of scenario than 4 in a row. Because there's a couple of other things we need to factor in here. The WBC being one of them. Will they sign off on 4 in a row? But also, it will hold up the WBC challenges and all that sort of stuff. You will have anyone who's been working their way to the top of the rankings effectively frozen out for all that length of time. You've got a number of guys who've been working their way up who want title shots. Adam Kovnarski, he's one. You've also got Luis Ortiz, he wants a rematch. He's rated highly at the moment. And then if you look at other guys, say Dominic Breazeale, he may fight Dillian Whyte, and potentially there could be an interim world title on there. They will want to fight the WBC belt holder at some point. And they may be left waiting for some time as well. So that whole sanctioning body could effectively be put on hold. And if you know that there's going to be minimum 3 fights, possibly even 4 fights, if you were a professional boxer and your management team, you're looking at this, would you go, actually, it's not worth our time going down that route because there's no option for a title in the next 12 to 18 months? You'd probably consider trying to get a title shot or work yourself into a position elsewhere, knowing that it's just going to be a logjam created in the WBC. And also you have to consider 4 fights would be seen very cynically by some who would say it's a cynical move by Wilder and Fury and the WBC to freeze Anthony Joshua out of an undisputed fight or a fight with one of these two. Fury, because he doesn't have a belt at the moment, but Deontay Wilder, he's basically said he doesn't need to fight Anthony Joshua right now. If he doesn't like the deal, Joshua's not going to get the fight. And there would be a growing chorus if they did fight 4 times in a row that these guys didn't want to fight Joshua and that it was all about, trying to freeze Joshua out. So these reports of 4 fights in a row over an 18-month period, that just may be a bit too much, a bit oversaturation. I could see 4 fights over a period of years, but 4 in a row, just not sure that's going to work. I need to see the second fight to really know if I want to see the third fight, because it could be so conclusive in the second fight that we kind of go, okay, time to go home and fight someone else. Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.